A lot of people get overwhelmed with the idea of destiny because they think of it as this like super spiritual thing, but it can be very practical because if you just do a bunch of things that are meaningful to you, then you could think of those things as things you are meant to do, right? If it's meaningful, then you are meant to do them. So if making content is something that's meaningful to you, then you're meant to do it. So don't procrastinate that because you're procrastinating your destiny. And I know that it sounds kind of weird for me to put it in these terms, but if you think of it that practically, like if I just do the things that are meaningful to me, that's the path to becoming the person I'm supposed to become. Then it kind of breaks things down and simplifies things so that you can just focus on the things that you find meaningful. It doesn't have to be this huge equation that you solve for the person you're supposed to become. No, just figure out the things that you like to do, break it down, and do those things consistently, and then you become the person you're supposed to become. Then you become like the person you're destined to be. So if you're stuck overthinking like what to do, should I post content, what will people think about it, do you find meaning in it? That's the real question. Do you find it like positively meaningful? Does that idea excite you of getting a message across, getting subscribers, coaching people, whatever it is that's like part of your business or part of your content? Does that excite you? Do you feel meaning in that? Because if so, then yeah, you're meant to do it. So do that. Like 90% of YouTubers don't have 10 videos on their channel. 10 videos. So if you want to beat 90% of people, you just need 11 videos. But they see these difficulties and then they stop. But it's like, what if that was the person you're meant to be? What if that's your destiny? Like, don't betray your own destiny because of the opinions of other people, because that's why people don't do it. That's why people don't post the content. That's why people don't follow their dreams. They're afraid of the judgment that comes along with it. Of course, there's also risk involved. Like maybe you don't make money, but if all things go poorly, if you have some sort of backup plan, like you can live with your parents, then it's like, why not take the risk? Why not put yourself out there? Of course, people will judge it, but people will judge you if you don't take the risk. So if you want to stop overthinking, you have to focus on the things that are meaningful to you. And you have to hold that above the negatives, above the things that come along, the difficulties that come along with whatever it is you want to pursue. Don't hold yourself back from becoming the person you want to be just because there's difficulty involved. Of course there's difficulty, but that's also what makes it worth it. The reason people climb mountains is because it's difficult, right? Not that many people have climbed Mount Everest. That's why it's valuable that people get to the top of Mount Everest. So like anything that is valuable will always have a price. So don't give up because of the price. Understand that that's part of the process. Focus on the meaning. Focus on the top of the mountain. Focus on the feeling you would get if you climb the mountain. That's what gets people through. That's what gets people through difficult times. It's like they're focusing on the win, the benefits. They're like, okay, yeah, of course it's hard to climb the mountain. It's cold. I have to bring all this stuff. But but if once I get to the top, I'll feel this immense pride in myself. And if you feel meaning climbing the mountain or getting to the top, then you're meant to do that. So make sure that you're not the person holding yourself back, because there's always going to be people holding you back, right? People are going to try and stop you. It's like in anything that you want to do that's valuable, there will be some people who don't want you to do it. It doesn't have to be your close friends or family members, but there'll be some people who will be rooting against you. Like if you make content, sometimes I get negative comments, but that's part of the price. So make sure that you are not the one holding yourself back. And if you're not sure what to do, if you're not sure what the next step is, just put it into words. So I posted this video not too long ago, also about overthinking. And I had what I like to call the triangle of commitment. So you have thoughts at the bottom, words in the middle, and actions at the top. If you're stuck in overthinking, adding more thoughts will not solve your problem. You need to move up the triangle of commitment. You need to move on to either words or actions. So if you don't know what to do, start to write about it. Start to put your thoughts into words, because then you can organize your thoughts into words and sentences. Because, of course, in sentences. Then you can organize your thoughts. And if you can organize your thoughts, then you can determine what action to take next. Because if you break it down to whatever it is the next action is, then you can actually make a lot of progress in whatever it is you want to do. Like making videos. If you just break it down to like whatever it is the next step that you would actually do. Maybe it's not even posting the video. Maybe it's just practicing getting better speaking on camera. Maybe that's the first step. Maybe it's literally just pulling out your phone right now, talking to your phone for 1 minute. that might be the next step. But even if you have all these self-doubts, all of these thoughts that would hold you back, you don't have to follow them. You don't have to let that control your actions, because your actions will ultimately decide the type of person that you are. It's not who we are underneath. It's what we do that defines us. That's one of my favorite quotes. It's from Batman Begins, right? And it's true, because you can say that you're going to be this great YouTuber. You can say all these things about yourself. But what really matters is if you're taking action towards that. And I know this because that's how I felt previously. I was like, oh, I'm going to be this great YouTuber. And I wasn't taking any action. But now I'm posting videos consistently, and I'm going to keep doing that. And it's going to feel uncomfortable at first. Of course it is. Because you're pretty much taking on a new identity, right? If you're becoming the person that you're supposed to be, that's different than the person that you are now. So it's kind of like taking on a new identity. So of course I would feel uncomfortable. It's doing things that are outside of your comfort zone. But over time, it becomes easier. You start to see yourself more like that person that you're supposed to be. And the more you do that, the easier it gets. So even though it won't be easy at first, it will be worth it. Life's not easy, but it's worth it. Take care.